Hey, folks. Great morning. What is today? Wednesday, the 2nd. Great Wednesday morning, folks. Love being here. Facebook still messed up over there on the other side. So come over here to YouTube. Give me some love on this side. Just left a note over there at Facebook. Hopefully everybody will catch up. As always, if you like what we're doing here, give us a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you always know when I'm going live. And welcome to Wednesday edition of TG's Morning Stream. You like that name? TG's Morning Stream? I don't know. Just came up with it. TG's Morning Brief, TG's Morning Stream. Anyway, got a ton of stuff to go over today, and I'm going to try to wrap this up. Might go a little over our normal 10 minutes, but got a little bit of time. Got to try to knock this out before the plumber gets here today, because got that going on as well. So anyhow, let's jump right in today. Today, one of the things I wanted to talk about today was local businesses. Support your local businesses, no matter where you are. I happen to be here in Richmond, in the Lakeside area specifically, and I love supporting local businesses. And I put some new links down there in the description section of this stream, and that'll also go over obviously on Facebook once we get done here. We'll post that and share that over there. But just had a wonderful experience down at the Love Shack yesterday, no, not an adult store or something like that, but just a great little restaurant down here in the hub on Lakeside, around the corner of Lakeside and Hilliard, and just a local business that has popped up, and they do breakfast and lunch over there every day, and it's just nicest people in the world, and it's just a great little location, and they have great food, and they do just such a good job, and everybody loves them. They love everybody that comes in there, and it was just a wonderful experience, to go in there, and I so love supporting the local businesses around here, especially in Lakeside. I'm a Lakeside guy. We own property here and whatnot, so I try to support, do as much as I can here for the Lakeside community, and love doing it. And it pays you back tenfold. You will you never know what will come of supporting a local business and getting the word out there. So there's a link to their website down in the description. Go by, check them out. They got a nice little patio out there. You can eat lunch outside. It's going to be a beautiful day today, like 90 degrees, shaded patio. So you're nice there, nice breeze rolling right through there. It's just a great little location. Again, up in the Hub Shopping Center. Shout out to Peter Francisco and the guy who pretty much owns all the rest of Lakeside, besides what Franco and I own. Then Peter Francisco owns all the rest of it. So, but he's done a great job up there with the Hub and with the old grocery store, with the market, the farmers market, and just so much to do here in Lakeside. So many businesses to support. Please, wherever you are in the country, wherever you are in your town, support the local businesses. Mom and pop stuff is great. Another one that I have been supporting for years, not right here in Lakeside, but down the road a piece, the boulevard just over the bridge there, past the Diamond, Mint's Tire. Kenny Mintz and the guys. I have known Kenny I was thinking about it on the way in this morning, probably almost 40 years. And been doing business with him. My good buddy Jeff and his brother Frank both worked there for years when they first got started, and just another great guy, a great local business. So Mint's Tire, if you have the need for tires, wheels, rims, automotive stuff, and oddball stuff too, and Kenny will just bend over backwards to do the right thing by you. I was in there the other day, and I bought a rim for my Blazer, and I was looking into it was just for a spare, and I was looking into possibly cleaning that rim up, maybe getting it powder coated and whatnot. And after I paid for the rim and I looked into the powder coating, I realized I got these Mickey Thompson chrome rims on the Blazer, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it came with them. So I'm thinking, I can just get a fifth one of these wheels for pretty much less than it would cost me to do that. So I ended up buying that wheel from Kenny, bringing it home, then discovering all that. Called him up yesterday. He said, "Yeah, bring it back, no problem. We'll order you a new one, and I'll take that one back, and no sweat, no problems, no hassles." So he was in there helping a lady when I was in there, and he was at the counter, and she needed a little hub for one of her wheels that had come off. The centerpiece had come off of the wheel, and he was going through pictures on the computer, and he was like, does this look like it? Does this look like it? Does this look like it? And just going through all of them, and finally he was just like, well, why don't you, next time you go out, next time you have the car, just snap a picture of it, bring it back in here, and we'll find out which one it is, and get it ordered for you and get it on there. So just another great local business, and I just can't speak highly enough about supporting local business and how important that is, and how rewarding it is to be able to do that, support those businesses, and you'll get support in return. They will support you if you have a product or service, and you have interest. I was down there talking to the girls at the Love Shack, and they were like, so what do you do? And I was explaining to them kind of what I do. And we have the property up here, and if you know anybody that needs office space, oh, absolutely, we will definitely let them know if you so it's a great little community. Lakeside is a great little community. I think it's got the potential to be a not necessarily on the level, but like a Georgetown kind of area at some point. Just got a real old school Main Street USA kind of feel to it. So if you need real estate, if you need office space rather, and you're interested, I have a link down below in the description for an ad on Craigslist to look at office space in this building where I am. We have a few spaces left, and would love to have you as a tenant if you have a small business or a home-based business or something like that, and the wife or the husband is screaming, hey, I'd like to have my house back. How about you get this out of the living room? How about you clear this out and let me get my dining room back, and that kind of thing. So these are great little offices. They start at about $375 a month and kind of go up from there, depending upon how much space you need. So if that interests you, give me a shout. Would love to talk with you, love to chat with you. And spaces are filling up quick, and that's a good thing. I am quite pleased about that. We've done very well since I've been back here, and with the marketing, pushing it out there, keeping it out there. But would love to have more local businesses here. It's a great thing, and I just really appreciate all the tenants here and all of the business here and all the businesses up and down Lakeside Avenue. It's just a really awesome thing. A couple of things I was reading this morning. I'm not ignoring you. I'm on. If y'all are on LinkedIn, look me up. I think I've got my links down there to LinkedIn, to my LinkedIn profile, down in the description as well. But I had a couple of interesting things here this morning. I wanted to share with you. Apple is bringing back over $100 billion. They're about doing $100 billion buyback once they brought all that money. They repatriated all that money after the tax cuts. And one of the things that I said early on was about Trump. Like him, hate him, whatever the deal is. I was talking to my mom this morning, and she said, "Josh, if it just wasn't such a jerk," And I said, "I'm getting political now, so if that bugs you, you could turn it off now." But we have never had a more narcissistic president in the office. When Obama was in the office, I thought, we have never had a more narcissistic man in this office in the history of the country, until, of course, Donald Trump got in there. But he's not a politician. And I was telling people a long time ago that just from a policy standpoint now, just, forget what his antics, and he's who he is. He's not going to change. But just from a policy standpoint, I said, if he can get this corporate tax cut through, and he can get that corporate rate down to 15 or 20%, that alone will spur 4 or 5% GDP growth, and that is huge. That is it may not sound like much, but we've been well below 3% for the last decade, pretty much. And that is just that single act alone of cutting that corporate tax rate, again, going back to economic education, will have a bigger impact on GDP and the economy as a whole than anything else he could do. And I I preached that for the longest time, and now here we are. Boom! It's we're looking at it, and so I mean, if he wasn't just back to what my mom said, if he wasn't such a jerk, I mean, I thought Obama was a jerk in many ways. I thought Clinton was a jerk in many ways. George W. Bush did some really dumb stuff at the end of his administration. His father, H.W. Bush. Read my lips, no new taxes. Guess what? New taxes. I mean, there've been a myriad of jerks in the office, as far as I'm concerned. So, it is what it is. But you have to, I'm an economist, so I'm a trained economist. So when I look at something, I look at it from an economic standpoint and basic economic principles. Just why I got into cryptocurrency. Just looking at it from a basic economic standpoint. Does this work? Is there a demand for it? Is there a finite supply of it? I think this is going to be big. And I, back in 2014, I got into it, and then turned out I was right. So, I mean, it's just Econ 101. I mean, this stuff. So you have to assume, because the leadership, Obama's not stupid. Clinton wasn't stupid. Pelosi, Reid, Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan. These guys are not ignorant people. So with that in mind, you have to assume that what they're doing is intentional. So, I mean, it's as I said, Econ 101. If you lower the taxes like that on business, it's going to affect the economy in a huge, huge way. I mean, we went from what was it, 35% or over 35% or more corporate tax down to 20%. I mean, that's a huge amount of money. You talk someone like Apple that has billions of dollars overseas. Good morning, Mr. Pappas. How are you? Doing my live stream here this morning, and Carpet Guy just got stopped by, so he's picking up a check off the door for some work that he did. So, but I mean, with that kind of resource, those kind of resources, and that kind of capital coming back into the country, there is, I mean, as I said, it's Econ 101. You cannot do that and not have a profound effect on the economy. It's just like quantitative easing. Now I'm getting in the weeds with you guys, I know, but with quantitative easing, it's just flooding the economy with money to shore up shore up the economy. I mean, you cannot push that much money into the system and not have it affect the value of the dollar. It's why a bottle of water, a gallon of water, is $1 and an ounce of gold is $1,000, because there's more water than there is gold. It's not rocket science, people. It's just not. So as I said, you have to assume that these people at the top, what they're doing is intentional. They know exactly what they're doing, and they know what effect it's going to have. So when you hear someone like Pelosi or Reid or any of these guys, Harry Reid's out now, but Pelosi or Mitch McConnell or Paul Ryan or any of these guys talking their stuff, they know what they're doing, and they know exactly what effect it's going to have. And I mean, who am I? I'm just. I mean, I went to Radford University, studied economics at Radford. That is certainly not any kind of Ivy League economic education, but it just sounds funny just saying that. It is what it is. It does not take a genius to figure this stuff out. So that was one thing I wanted to share with you. And then I saw another thing here in the morning brief where Facebook wants to change your relationship status. I thought that was funny that Facebook announces a new dating features, and it sent shares of Match down 20%. Their shares dropped 20% just on the mere announcement that Facebook was getting into the dating game, the online dating game. And I just found that that it just tickled me to death. I just thought that was kind of funny. I've done online dating for years, and had some pretty good success with it, and had some pretty interesting experiences with it as well. But it's just I don't know why, it just struck me as very funny that Facebook does something like that, and immediately it sends the shares of other companies that do the same thing tanking. So. Wow, I've been rambling for almost 15 minutes now, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but had a lot to go over today. So again, support those local businesses. Get out there and do what you can to support your local businesses. These guys are the backbone. We're losing a lot of companies to these big box stores and whatnot. The mom and pop hardware store, Pleasant's Hardware downtown, was just devastated by the Walmarts and the big box guys and all these other folks. And you could go in there and get service like you can't get at the big guys. You walk into a chain restaurant or some big place somewhere in some big town, and the owner of the restaurant's not going to come out and sit at your table and do this with you. Let me see what I got here. Here we go. Not going to come out, sit at your table, and take a selfie with you, so you can send it to your friends and share with them that how cool an experience it is to be down here sitting out on the porch having lunch at the Love Shack. So anyway, guys, great Wednesday. Got a ton of stuff to do. Got the plumber showing up here in a few minutes. Carpet guy just came and got his check, so that's good. I got a couple of deals working. Well, that's another thing I wanted to say. Don't let it's easy to get distracted. And as you know, I'm riddled with ADD, so I'm distracted all over the place all the time. As you can tell by my now 16.5-minute rambling. You don't let yourself get distracted and let the urgent stuff that pops up on a daily basis get in the way of the important stuff. And that's an easy mistake to make in business, that you let those fires and those emergencies, those things that pop up, you let them take you away from the important things. And one of the things I mean by that, I'll give you an example of that, is my business, and part of my business is the mobile home stuff. And for me, when I'm thinking and when I'm planning my days out and whatnot, I have everything scheduled, have everything on the calendar, and hours I'm going to spend doing this, that, and the other. But deals move to the top of the calendar. If I have a deal that's pending, or I have the possibility of getting into a new property or something like that, income producing opportunities move to the top. I don't care what else is going on. I don't care what other meetings I have, who I'm supposed to get with, what's going on. Income producing opportunities move to the top of the list, and they get all the attention until that deal is closed, and that deal is producing. Then we can get back on the regular schedule, because part of that regular schedule is like I talked about with my sister's book that she did, that Aim for the Stars, little goal motivational thing. What do you want to accomplish in the next year? Part of that goal process is getting these notes in place and getting that income rolling in from those notes. So as I move through the day and doing the marketing and working with the other companies that I work with and renting the space here, that's another part of the goal. A deal pops up. I spoke to some people yesterday, had a real great conversation down in with a group down in Petersburg, and so I'm going to head down there today and take a look at a piece of property. And it looks like we may be able to do a deal, and the owners of the park are very receptive to working with me and understanding what my business model is and how that works. So it's a great thing. It's a great thing. Works well for everybody, and that's what I like to do in business. If I can be a resource to you, then hopefully at some point you'll be a resource to me. Again, helping local businesses. It pays you back tenfold. So anyway, with that, now we're approaching 20 minutes. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for hit subscribing on the YouTube side and sharing on the Facebook side, hearts on the Facebook side. I will post this as soon as we're done over there. And I think that's it for the moment. But who knows? I might come up with something later today. You know me. So Thanks a bunch, guys. I appreciate you checking in and watching TG's morning stream. Let me know how you like that name. And we will see you again tomorrow. And remember, doesn't matter whether you think you can or you think you can't. You're right, baby. God bless. Have a great day.